Hi, and welcome to Window Cleaning Dude. In today's episode, we're going to talk about landing the job. So, you're ready to start doing window cleaning for the very first time, and you've gone ahead and you've watched all the videos here on windowcleaningdude.com in terms of how to use the equipment, what equipment you need, how to do the whole process of window cleaning, start to finish. You've looked at the step-by-step guide, you've pretty much got your whole business up and ready to go. You've looked at all the various items that you need to purchase and checked those out and hopefully bought all the equipment that you need already. And then you've also went ahead and practiced on your own house and maybe some friends and family. And now you feel like you're ready to go out there and get that first job. So let's start talking about landing your first job. So aside from knocking doors and doing that to land your first job, this video is going to be specifically talking about landing your first job over the phone. So when a customer has, let's say, called you from your business card or from your marketing, other marketing methods that we talk about here on windowcleaningdude.com, you answer the phone, friendly voice, polite, you're going to be to the point like, hi, this is Mike with Window Cleaning Dude, how can I help you? And so at that point the customer's going to say, hey, I want my windows cleaned. And so at that point you're going to say, okay, well, how many windows do you have? And you want to help them understand their window count. They're going to say, they might say, well, I don't know how many windows I have. And then you want to say something like, well, I count windows this way. If anything slides up and down, that's one window. Side to side, that's one window. If it's a fixed pane of glass all by itself, that's one window. A sliding glass door, each pane of the sliding glass door is going to count up as one window. And it doesn't matter how big or small, other than the sliding glass door, it's going to be one window. That's the general rule of thumb that I give. Then I also, in the process, will ask them, do you have skylight windows? After they've gone ahead and counted up their windows, I ask if they have skylight windows, and then I ask them, are any of the windows French pane? And then if they say yes to either one of those, I discuss my pricing on those. And then also I will ask them, do you have any garage windows that you want cleaned? Then after all of that, I mention what my pricing is. It's up to 20 windows for $179. Each window after that is $8 a piece. You have X amount of windows, so your quote is going to come out to this much money. And then be sure to mention what comes in that service. So I tell them, that's your windows are going to get cleaned inside and out. That's free screens. I'm going to wipe down the tracks and sills for free. And then, I ask the customer, how dirty are your tracks? Do you feel like the tracks need to be brushed and vacuumed just looking at your tracks? If so, that's going to be an additional $50 for the whole house. But if you're fine with just a free wipe down of the tracks, then once again that is free, and that's part of the service. Now if you do the free wipe down, it's not going to get everything, but it's going to get the majority of stuff just with the free wipe down, as long as it's not caked in there with a lot of dirt. So you can describe your services like that. Obviously you want to be a little more concise and clear than what I'm saying here on video, but eventually you'll get your whole routine down and how you want to say it, and these are the things that you want to talk about over the phone with your potential customer. So at this point in the conversation, if you wanted to, you can go ahead and try to upsell other services that you may offer. For me, it would be solar panels or glass fences, but that's up to you. The idea here is that you want to keep this conversation as short as possible. You want to be able to close this deal, so you don't want to keep them on the phone for too long. You kind of want to just give them their quote, get their address and their information, and be like, okay, we're scheduled, I'll be out on this day and time. So try not to have too long of a conversation. It's also going to save you time, especially if you're already in the process of cleaning someone else's home or business, and then also going to save them time. They're going to appreciate that. So don't feel like you got to keep them on the phone for a long time talking about absolutely nothing. That leads me to the next part of that conversation, which is that if they say, okay, let's go ahead and let's do this, let's get the windows clean, then you want to go ahead and ask them their full name, their address, their phone number. And then you want to say, what's a good day for you? And then look at your schedule. If it doesn't work out with your schedule, then give them some options. Say, well, I have this day, and this day open. And then see if any of the times are good. And so go ahead and just try to fill in your schedule the best you can. Most people are pretty flexible on when they can have their windows cleaned. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Also, let your customer know during the quoting process that when you show up, you're going to, at that point, look at all the windows, and that the quote may be a little higher or a little lower, just depending on the actual window count when you show up. So be sure to also talk about that when you are talking about their quote for their house. And I've never had a problem with that. Every customer understands that it's not going to be a perfect quote, but as long as your price is pretty close to the quote you're giving over the phone, then you shouldn't have a problem there. Now, If you show up and the quote is just hugely different, then at that point you definitely want to renegotiate price and see what they want to do. Now that has happened very rarely, but once, I got called out to a home and ended up being a mansion, and the person doing the calling was not the homeowner, and they're like, hey, I work for this person here at their house, and they want me to come out and clean, about 20 windows, and then I get there and there's like 100 windows, right? It's like, well, I give them a quote over the phone for 20 windows, I show up and there's 100, there ain't no way I'm doing that house for the price of 20 windows, right? So that does happen on occasion, but very rarely. But make sure at that point you do go ahead and renegotiate price, and if they're not willing to do what you want to get paid, then just walk away. Definitely just walk away. Now, the other thing you want to mention in the conversation, if they're not going to be the first person on your day for cleaning windows that particular day, let's say they're number 2, 3, or 4, then you want to give them kind of a time window. Say, I'm going to be there at 1 o'clock, but it could be 30 minutes before or after, just depending on how the prior job is going and how quickly I get done at the first job. And they're going to understand that. They're used to service people having kind of a time window, but still try to nail down a good time and then try to be on either side of that time, just so they kind of have a good idea as to when you might be there. But they're going to understand that, so don't feel stressed out about that or like you're inconveniencing them, because you're not. So to help save you time, the other thing you might want to mention, and also to save your energy and your back, is to ask them to go ahead and move any large items of furniture out of the way from the window so that you can get to the glass inside the home. Also, if there's any large things on the outside of the home blocking the glass, like a big rolling barbecue, things of that nature, go ahead and have them do that for you. That's just going to save you time. Otherwise, you're going to have to do that and work around those objects, and it's just going to make your job that much more difficult. Now, if they have a problem with that, don't let that deter you from cleaning the job, going and doing the job. Just say, okay, well, I'll work around it the best that I can, and shouldn't have a problem with that. So that's pretty much it for landing the job and closing it over the phone. Now, of course, knocking doors, once again, is completely different. You're knocking the doors, and if they want to hire you, they hire you on the spot. You still want to discuss some of these similar details with that person at that time, if you are knocking doors. But for calling over the phone, if someone's calling you and trying to set something up, this is pretty much the things that you need to go over. So if you found this video useful and these tips informative, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube and be part of my YouTube window cleaning community, and to show YouTube that you do value these videos. Also, hit the notification bell to be updated on videos that are coming out, and don't forget to comment down below. And once again, don't forget to go to windowcleaningdude.com, where I offer everything that I know for free to teach you and to help set up your window cleaning business. Alright, I will see you in the next episode.